Bonsoir, bonsoir à tous. Petit live pas prévu, mais cette semaine on a reçu la version Steam de The Outer World. Du coup, on va faire un petit voyage entre l'espace pour vous faire découvrir, à travers l'espace pour vous faire découvrir, plutôt c'est mieux. Et du coup, The Outer World c'est un jeu qui est sorti l'année dernière sur Epic Games Store, Xbox One et PlayStation. Du coup, je me rappelle pas si on vous avait fait découvrir la version Xbox One l'année dernière. Je me rappelle plus du tout. Du coup, voilà, on va vous faire découvrir la version Steam du jeu qui a été développé par Obsidian et édité par Private Division. Alors, on va pas perdre de temps, hein, on va y aller. Hop, c'est parti, nouvelle partie. Conversation des sous-titres, ok, affichage des sous-titres cinématiques. Je sais plus si le jeu il sera du français ou pas. Je me rappelle plus du coup. Au cas où on va mettre on et je les enlèverai. Je me rappelle plus. Je crois pas qu'il est doublé. Je crois pas qu'il soit doublé. J'ai un doute.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists.
Coucou Claquette TV. Du coup, j'ai bien fait d'activer les sous-titres. Hein. C'est bien ce qui me semblait. Mais vu qu'il me les proposait pas, j'avais un doute. Ok, alors... La force, la dextérité, l'intelligence, le charme, le tempérament va monter un petit peu. Un peu plus de perspicacité, de l'intelligence. Ouais, bon, on va monter un peu de tout, c'est bien. Hop. Distance, esquive. La médecine. Alors, monter le crochetage. Non, je peux pas. Ah, c'est
Things
d'accord.
tend to vanish off tables whenever you're around.
Et... J'hésite, hein, parce que les armes au corps à corps, parfois, les distances, c'est pas mal non plus.
What I wouldn't pay to see you challenge the chairman to fisticuffs. A pugilist. How exciting.
Allez, on va faire les armes à distance. On fera les corps à corps la prochaine fois. Ok, aptitude particulière. La persuasion, plus de persuasion. Ça peut être sympa la persuasion. Allez, on va
Maybe
mettre un
you can
terme de
do something
médecine, ça
about
va
this
changer.
lump in my neck.
Je m'en rappelle même plus de ça, quoi. J'ai passé 1 heure à créer mon personnage, j'ai rien comprendre. Oh mon dieu. Promis, je fais vite. J'essaye. Sourcils, la mâchoire et tout ça. On s'en fout un peu. Les cheveux. Très sympa si on pouvait lui donner une vraie coupe de cheveux. Ah, j'aimais bien celle-là. Sérieux qu'on peut lui faire une tête de clown, quoi. La pauvre. Allez, on va partir sur ça. Couleur des cheveux. Oh, ça c'était stylé en violet. Sourcils, l'allure. Ouais, faudrait pas pousser non plus, hein. Saleté. Des cicatrices. Toute bonne guerrière a des cicatrices. Voilà. Non mais je vais retourner dans l'apparence en fait. Ah d'accord, sexe, ok, ça c'était... Ok, j'ai rien dit du coup. Hop. Suivant. Ok, parfait. Et coucou Dabada. Je me rappelle pas si j'ai dit
Looks to
bonjour
be your
ou
lucky
pas.
day, my friend. Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Le jeu est bluffant, c'est un truc de dingue. Au départ, j'avais peur qu'il tourne pas sur mon PC parce qu'en ce moment, mon PC a un petit peu du mal. Du coup, je suis plutôt... Pour l'instant, je suis rassurée. J'ai pas de coup de lag de fou. Donc, normalement, ça devrait bien se passer. Ce qui est plutôt rassurant.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies, saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head.
Au moins,
My
il le dit
ship
franchement.
is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck! you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
C'est la chute libre.
Should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well.
Ah, les touches ne sont pas changées. Commande. Assignation des touches. Déplacer compagnon. Ah, regardez en haut, regardez en bas. Gameplay, ok. Tactique, du coup, on va mettre W. Et celui-là, on va mettre Q. Ça, c'est quoi? Dernière arme, ouais. Ok. Voilà, c'est mieux. Bon, on va pas commencer à fouiller partout, hein, sinon on n'a pas fini. Youhou, on saute. Même pas, je l'entends même pas souffler. Enfin, du moins, je l'entends pas, moi. Tu confonds avec le tien. Mais il laguait quand je suis arrivée sur la planète, donc... ça sent pas très bon. Oh, il est trop mignon. Allez, on sprint. Le pauvre. Hop.
Frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Faut que je saute aussi haut, sérieux? Vous avez abusé, quoi.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering,
Je suis pas si
flesh-eating,
méchante, je vais pas lui
law-breaking,
dire. Ouais, mais de toute
unemployed
façon, t'étais
lunatics
déjà mort, t'aurais pu le
with
faire tuer, quoi.
guns.
C'était pas
Some hoe
grave.
had grounded their spacecraft
La fille,
out
trop
in the
sympa,
open.
quoi.
That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Bah, allez, la perceuse.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun.
Ah, trop
Got some
bien.
spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now
Trop
30%
sympa, c'est
less
trop
likely
d'armes.
to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
T'as une drôle d'entreprise. Hein.
You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by our provisioners for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Allez, je file.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened?
Désolé, mon pote.
Can you hear me? What in the... This...
Oh, j'avais oublié qu'on pouvait tout ramasser. Mon Dieu. Je vais encore souffrir. Mon pauvre sac. Pauvre bête. Désolé, je voulais juste essayer, mon pote. Hop. Trop facile. Hop. J'adore tout faire péter. Hop. Ah mais meurs toi. Sérieux quoi? Mince. Trompé de touche. Ah, je lui ai coupé la jambe. Un bras aussi apparemment. Je sais plus où j'ai tué le troisième par contre. Bon, tant pis. C'est pas comme si ça faisait la différence de toute façon.
yourself killed?
Je suis trop forte.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in a Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. You pulling my limb? I mean, yeah, of course. Marauders. Bunch of addle-brained derelicts. I could round them up all by myself. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath.
Ouais,
Stretch
ouais,
my
ouais.
legs, son.
Ne t'inquiète pas, moi j'y vais, hein, c'est mon
Talk to the
confort.
lieutenant. She's certified in customer service.
C'est moi qui vise totalement à côté. Niveau 2. Trop forte. Hop. Ok pour les améliorations, voilà. Du coup cette fois-ci, je fais les armes à une main. Les dialogues. On va monter un petit peu plus ces dialogues. Voilà. Hop. La défense, la distance, la furtivité aussi. Et encore un petit peu les dialogues, voilà. Appliquer. Ok. Les avantages. Ouais, la santé. C'est toujours bien la santé. C'est préférable. Surtout avec moi qui suis une bourrin. Le saut, le sprint, ouais, le butin, ok. Faut un peu c'est comment ça fonctionne. C'est tout comment fonctionne un jeu. Hop. Je ramasse tout. Je vais encore finir par me plaindre.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessel. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
En même temps, pas très fiable. Hein.
I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty.
T'es un robot, t'es pas
I
censé
am
avoir de cœur,
programmed
c'est
to
pas grave
take
si je suis
orders
trop honnête.
exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Essayez de rester en vie cette fois. Ouais, si tu veux, quoi. On va essayer, du moins. Le but, c'est pas de mourir.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, man, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. I'll waive your fee since you helped us with those marauders. If you're looking for work, talk to the constable down in Edgewater. She's got a bounty on marauders. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Ok. Sérieux, mec, quoi. J'espère qu'ils avaient des choses intéressantes, au moins même pas. Merde. Je me demandais où il était passé, lui aussi.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. You talk too pretty for a marauder. Most of them just grunt and yell. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you
Ça
should stop by
paraît
Reed Thompson's
logique.
office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see. Company
Oh, no.
policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge. Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy...
J'ai oublié,
I
c'est
haven't
juste
seen him
des
in a few
quêtes
days.
secondaires à gogo, on va
His
se faire plaisir.
domicile is near
Hé
the
hé.
cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Je m'en fous que ce soit un cas à part. J'ai oublié que c'était aussi beaucoup de chargement. T'es courant dans une ville et tout. En fait, je suis beaucoup moins long. On va pas se mentir. Ah oui, je vais faire l'autre carte d'abord. Bâton. Ok. Sauf que moi, c'était les quêtes que je voulais. Ok. Ok. Voilà. On fait les quêtes secondaires après le principal. Toujours. Comme ça que ça marche ici.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got her.
Just between us.
Wish we had some better rations.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine.
Oh bah super.
Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. And what are you doing here? Visiting? Well, let me give you the grand tour. This here's my domicile, and there's the door.
Non, sérieux.
What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking. So Silas can afford a hired thug, but I still gotta pay him a burial tax. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelance him for me, I could really use the help. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Lord, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
Maraudeur, 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 maraudeur. Ok. J'ai appuyé trop vite, du coup j'ai volé quelque chose. Désolé mec.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Allez, le coiffeur. Paye ta dette.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. We don't believe in free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
Bah non, apparemment il a pas compris.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. I have to be, if only to prepare myself for my inevitable dressing down at the hands of corporate. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
Bon, on y va.
What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene. Go ahead. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many
Un
months.
employé par mois.
I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame. Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching. Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us. Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. If you want to feel exhausted, try not having any work. What can I do for you? A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head. Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties. He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority. Go ahead. What can I do for you? What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I? Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Ok. Et de 2. 97. 30. qu'ils arrêtent de voler.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Ça c'est pas sûr.
The war, the coming apocalypse, man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars. Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us. First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives. I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's chaw, a few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Ok. Ok. On va éviter de le voler. Bon, ça c'est fait, plus que le dernier. Ça charge, ça charge, ça charge.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
Apparemment, il était pas ici.
The grease monkey, Argo.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken. I do. I'm Reed Thompson. Sure. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I have... My proposition benefits the... There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. You're the first stranger to wander into town in an age. Script... I was not entirely sure. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But we belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into fact...
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come and use... I mean, if that's all right with you, Miss...
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holden, but I cannot deny that you will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting...
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpin...
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck.
Aïe. C'est pas vraiment ce que je voulais, mais bon. C'est pas grave.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Can we talk?
Aha!
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out... Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell... Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one, just between the two of us. I'm pretty shocked his Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so
Oh, c'est nul comme loi,
suicide's
ça.
a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. I'm plenty serious. In fact, in other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which... I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace.
Ok, c'est parti.
Sorry. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account... To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if he can get out to her. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. It don't seem right to me, ma'am. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Allez, on y va. J'aurais peut-être pas dû quitter la ville, j'aurais dû faire l'autre quête, chercher le fameux Romain ou je sais pas quoi. Ah, je me fais avoir à chaque fois.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit? Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't. Oh.
Something I... You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting. Yeah? could look at it that way, I suppose. You could, but you'd be wrong. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30... Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problems have been... Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Well, if you're gonna go headhunting, talk to Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay.
Niveau 3. Encore les dialogues. Ça. Les armes. Ok. On applique. Le journal, on s'en fiche. Voilà. Attendez, je vais regarder les quêtes. Ouais, c'est bien ce qui me semblait donc. On va parler au vicaire.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes,
Je suis pas sûre que ce soit la meilleure façon d'arriver chez un mec avec une arme.
And Ms. Holcomb as well.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual...
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
I can't imagine what would be so grave. Depriving them of safety from... I can see what... Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to... One of the reasons I transferred here was to... I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a... My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me... It's a handwritten journal,
A faded blue cover with... I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It is not only a beautiful relic, not many in this colony could... Thank you.
Ok. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on va faire? Ce que j'aime pas, c'est qu'à chaque fois, il nous faut sortir pour le mauvais endroit. Comme je le disais, il pourrait nous le sortir quand on est à côté, quoi. Ça nous éviterait des détours.
Here we go!
Je crois qu'il était un peu trop fort. Parce que je n'y en vais strictement rien. Bien évidemment, on va faire attention où on met les pieds. On va pas se faire avoir deux fois.
Here they come! Down they go!
What? J'arrive pas à grand chose aujourd'hui. Hein. Waouh. Je me fais tuer comme une noob. En même temps, je croyais que j'étais tranquille, mais je ramasse l'air de rien. Ouais. Comme on dit, la dernière, troisième est la bonne. Et on va essayer de faire ça mieux.
All together.
Ah, fuck. Je me rappelle pas, on va tant galéré la dernière fois, dis donc. Je suis beaucoup trop bourrin. Quand on galère, on passe à une autre, on y reviendra tout à l'heure. Hop. Je suis pas une meilleure arme.
Here we go. Coming. That's gotta hurt. Make you bleed. Blood.
Ça va, je les ai eu. Hop.
Here we go.
What? Ah, j'aime pas cette arme. Faut que j'en trouve une mieux. Allez là, on arrête de déconner. On fait ça bien.
Okay, gone quiet. Okay, here we go. That gotta hurt. Down they go. Ah! Ah! Coming. Ah!
Ah, fuck. Ah, j'arrive pas à ça. Mon dieu, mon dieu, mon dieu. On va y aller doucement. Vraiment doucement cette fois. Journal.
Got it. Heads down. I'm ready for this. That's the last of them.
J'en ai déjà pas pour moi, c'est pas pour lui en donner. Hein. Voilà, on a réussi à y aller au moins. C'était vraiment trop facile en plus. Je fonce trop, je suis trop barbare en fait.
We're pretty good at this.
pas rester là où je voulais. Et je m'infiltre doucement, hop. Wanda il tombe quoi. D'autant plus qu'il doit le dos tourner. Allez, on se réveille un peu quoi. Sérieux.
Not a peep from me. Here we go! Don't mess with us. All together! Here we go!
Putain.
Here we go!
Sérieux qu'on ne capte pas à ce point là quoi. Faut vraiment que j'y aille plus doucement. Là regarde, j'ai tué un de ces mecs, on a tiré mais... En mode j'en ai rien à faire quoi. Je serais peut-être plus discrète avec ça.
Incoming! That's gotta hurt. Everyone all right? Incoming!
Something you need? You mean real?
C'était juste rappeler comment lui change son équipement aussi.
Yeah, huh?
Je sais plus.
Get ready. Nice. Got them all. Easy.
Ah voilà. Là on va s'entendre. J'étais tout à l'heure en plus, c'est abusé. Je m'en fous, je te veux aucun mal, petite bête. Moi, je me tire. J'ai mis le fusil à pompe, mais ça se trouve, il est encore plus nul en dégâts que l'autre, quoi.
I'm ready for this.
La porte, elle est nulle. Un truc de dingue. Ça, je t'avais même pas vu. fois, on les a eu, c'est bon. N'importe quoi. Désolée, hein, j'étais à fond. Du coup, les gens vont favoriser les ventes sur internet, quoi. Enfin. Que là, tout le monde, du coup, va paniquer, tout le monde va acheter sur internet. Donc, c'est n'importe quoi, quoi.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
Hey.
Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
Ah, c'est ça, mais après une heure sur un jeu comme ça, tu découvres rien au final. Du coup, là, j'allais arrêter, j'allais finir ma quête là, j'allais arrêter, je pense que j'y reviendrai. Je crois que la semaine est assez calme, du coup, je pense que je vais refaire un live dessus cette semaine. Parce qu'en une heure, tu fais rien découvrir sur un genre de jeu comme ça. Malheureusement. J'avais oublié à quel point c'était long une planète.
Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting.
Hop là. Distance. On va prendre un petit peu de distance parce qu'on en a besoin. Les avantages. Ah, j'avais pas fini les compétences. Hop, au corps aussi, c'est pas trop mal. Bon, du coup, je vais m'arrêter là pour ce soir. Et j'ai encore quelques trucs à faire de mon côté, donc on reprendra un live. Normalement, je crois que la semaine est assez calme. Si vraiment elle est aussi calme que je pense, j'essaierai de refaire un live dessus. Voilà, pour essayer au moins de quitter la première planète, pour faire voir ce que ça donne au moins une planète entière. Donc voilà, je reviendrai dessus cette semaine pour refaire vraiment découvrir le jeu. Je tiens vraiment à me faire découvrir et tout. Cette semaine a été assez longue, je l'ai reçue un peu en mode surprise, donc voilà. Mais je pense que du coup, la semaine prochaine, comme je disais, normalement la semaine est calme, donc ça devrait être possible. On va essayer de voir au moins quitter la planète. Sur ce, je vous laisse du coup. Hein. On n'a rien de plus à dire par rapport à la version Xbox, à part qu'il est plus beau, les chargements sont moins longs. Ça, on a l'habitude, ça ne change pas vraiment. Sur ce, je vous fais des gros bisous. On se retrouve demain pour une nouvelle semaine. Et promis, je reviens dessus pour vous le faire découvrir. Je vous souhaite une bonne soirée à tous.